Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. It's time to face the music in this week's General Hospital spoilers. Sonny tries to explain his decision to Jason. Lulu reveals the shocking truth to Carly. Tracy gives Jason a mission, and Willow is served. Sidwell wants to save Sonny the trouble and just buy his peers outright, and Jason can't believe his friend is actually considering the offer. Sidwell is not my first choice, Sonny admits. But it's the only chance we have to walk away from the business. Can he convince Jason it's a good idea, or will Jason find a way to talk Sonny out of it? Brooke Lynn's secret is practically public knowledge as more and more people now know about the baby she gave up as a teenager. And now it appears that the truth about that baby's identity is no longer under wraps either. Who do you think Dante's son is? Carly asks Lulu, who replies, "It's Gio." Unaware that Brooke Lynn and Dante's son has been living under the Quartermain roof for months, Tracy sits down with Jason to ask him for help. "I need you to find him," she insists. She doesn't even realize how close they are to the truth. Willow is stunned when someone hands her papers and declares, "You've been served." Has Michael filed for divorce, or is this part of Carly's plan to blindside Willow with a custody battle? Either way, Willow is definitely in for some rough times ahead. A storm is coming to Port Charles, and its name is Sonny Corinthos. For years, the coffee importer, mob boss, and father has ruled the town's underworld with a calculating mind, loyal allies, and a heart that, despite its hardened surface, still beats for family above all else. But after months of betrayals, breakdowns, secrets, and shifting alliances, Sonny is standing at a crossroads. Sources close to General Hospital spoilers now confirm Sonny wants out. It's a revelation that sends shockwaves through the very core of the show and leaves every character connected to him grasping for answers, leverage, or survival. As Sonny begins to seriously contemplate walking away from the life he's built, one brick at a time through blood, sacrifice, and strategy, his enemies circle, and his allies are left with questions. What does out really mean for a man who's lived most of his adult life on the edge of the law? And what will it cost him to finally be free? This shocking new direction doesn't come from nowhere. Over the past few weeks, viewers have seen Sonny growing increasingly volatile. His temper is unpredictable, his trust is thin, and his paranoia is rising. He's pushing people away, even those closest to him, while grappling with a nagging sense that the world he once controlled is slipping through his fingers. He's been lashing out at Jason, suspicious of Carly, cold with Christina, and erratic even in business. Now, all signs point to the source of his unraveling. He's exhausted. Tired of the constant danger. Tired of being watched, targeted, betrayed. Tired of having to question the loyalty of every single person in his orbit, including family. For Sonny, stepping away from the mob isn't just about leaving behind crime. It's about finding out if a man like him can ever know peace. But walking away from power, especially the kind of empire Sonny has built, is never that simple. Jason Morgan, Sonny's longtime right-hand man, and arguably his only true confidant, is the first to sense something is wrong. Sonny hasn't confided his full plans to Jason yet, but Jason knows the signs. Sonny is withdrawing, avoiding meetings, sidestepping decisions, and brushing off talk of the pikeman threat. And Jason doesn't like it. He knows what happens when a man like Sonny shows weakness, especially with enemies waiting in the shadows. The tension between them is palpable. Jason is frustrated by Sonny's erratic behavior, but remains fiercely protective. Still, he also understands more than anyone that if Sonny's heart isn't in the game, mistakes happen, and mistakes in Sonny's world mean people die. As Sonny begins to float the idea of retirement in private conversations, reactions are mixed. Carly is stunned. Though she's long separated herself from Sonny's empire, the thought of him walking away sends her into a whirlwind of emotion. Could he really leave it all behind? Would that finally bring some sense of normalcy to their fractured family? Or would the vacuum he creates only make things worse? Carly isn't just thinking about Sonny. She's thinking about Michael, Christina, Donna, and even Nina. Sonny's decisions ripple far and wide. And right now, Carly isn't sure what scares her more, Sonny staying in or Sonny stepping out. And then there's Nina Reeves. Their marriage is already crumbling, their trust hanging by a thread, and this latest revelation sends Nina spiraling. She never fully accepted the mob life Sonny lived, always hoping he would choose her and a quieter path. But now that he's actually considering it, Nina finds herself questioning everything. Is he doing it for her, for the kids, or simply because he's reached a point where he can't take another loss? Her insecurities bubble to the surface. If Sonny changes who he is, does that mean the version of him she fell in love with no longer exists? And more importantly, can Sonny reinvent himself without losing control over the one thing that always defined him, his power? General Hospital insiders suggest that Sonny's move could be part of a much larger arc. There are rumblings that Sonny's empire is being slowly dismantled by someone from within. Whether it's Valentine pulling strings, Selena Wu building her own quiet operation, or even remnants of the Novak family looking for revenge, the streets of Port Charles are no longer secure. In fact, as Sonny starts to pull back, some of his own people are rumored to be jumping ship. Trust is eroding. Loyalty is wavering. And the power vacuum that Sonny's potential exit would create could be catastrophic. If Sonny leaves, someone else will rise. And there's no guarantee that successor will be as controlled or even as principled as he was. Christina Corinthos Davis is also deeply impacted by her father's revelation. Already caught up in her surrogacy journey and navigating her own emotional battles, Christina feels blindsided by Sonny's announcement. Her initial reaction is anger. How could he choose now, of all times, to abandon ship? But as the shock wears off, she begins to consider that maybe, just maybe, this could be the version of her father she always hoped for. A man who doesn't carry a gun, who doesn't lie about late-night meetings, who isn't constantly one call away from catastrophe. Still, it's complicated. Christina's identity is tied to being a Corinthos, and that name carries weight. If Sonny steps away, does that change who she is? And then there's the looming question of who takes over. Will Jason step back into a more dominant leadership role? Will Dex, now estranged from both Sonny and Jocelyn, resurface with ambitions of his own? Or will a wildcard like Valentine, Austin, or even Cyrus Renault step into the spotlight? The threat from pikemen remains unresolved. There's still danger on all sides, and someone has to keep the criminal underworld in check. Without Sonny, the fragile balance could implode. Adding fuel to the fire is Michael Corinthos, who has his own complicated history with his father. Michael has spent years resenting Sonny for the choices he's made, and more recently, he's been secretly tracking his father's business dealings with the help of the SEC and other quiet operatives. If Sonny steps away now, does that make Michael's efforts obsolete, or even dangerous if the information ends up in the wrong hands? Michael's next move could be the most critical of all, especially if he sees Sonny's exit as a chance to reshape the legacy of the Corinthos name. But if he miscalculates, he could end up exposing his own family to a threat far greater than Sonny ever posed. The emotional toll of Sonny's unraveling is heavy. In one heartbreaking scene expected to air soon, Sonny visits Morgan's grave. With nothing but silence around him, he pours out the guilt he's been carrying for years. It's clear that part of Sonny's desire to step away is rooted in grief. Grief for the son he lost, the people he couldn't protect, and the innocence he gave up long ago. It's a rare moment of vulnerability for the man once seen as invincible. And it's a signal to longtime viewers that the version of Sonny they've known for decades is fading. But can Sonny really leave? And more importantly, is anyone willing to let him? Selena Wu is not someone who reacts well to shifts in power. She's already made moves to expand her influence across Port Charles, and if Sonny vacates his position, she will be among the first to stake a claim. She's been patient, calculating, and respectful, but only because she had to be. If Sonny's not at the head of the table anymore, all bets are off. Meanwhile, law enforcement is also keeping close tabs. Anna Devane and Jordan Ashford, both entangled in their own political and personal complications, are starting to sense that something is shifting in the city's power structure. Anna in particular knows what happens when a major player steps down. It creates chaos. And chaos is a breeding ground for crime, violence, and deception. Anna is watching, waiting, and preparing. If Sonny falls, she's ready to clean up the mess, or go down trying. General Hospital spoilers make it clear. This isn't just a storyline about one man leaving the mob. This is a citywide reckoning. Sonny Corinthos has been a fixture in Port Charles for over 2 decades. He's shaped destinies, saved lives, taken others, and rewritten the rules of power time and again. If he goes, the entire foundation of the show shifts. And those who are paying attention know, it's not just about whether Sonny can leave. It's about what's coming after he does. Will he find peace on the outside? Or will the life he tried to escape come crashing back with vengeance? One thing is certain, Sonny's decision to walk away could ignite a war no one is prepared to fight. And when the dust settles, Port Charles may never look the same again. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.